Hey. Hey guys, so we wanted to come on today and do a video about Hudson's open adoption and what it looks like. You want to do that? How old are you?
3.
No, you're not 3 yet. How old are you?
5.
You're 2. 2.5?
2.5.
2.5. And can you say adopted?
That's it.
Adopted. And can you say birth mom?
Mom.
Get the secret up. Say birth mom.
Mom.
Yeah. Do you know your birth mom's name?
I'm top of her tummy.
Yeah, you were in birth mom's tummy. That's right. Good job. And then she gave you to mommy and daddy, didn't she? Do you remember your birth mommy's name? What's her name?
Hold me.
Yeah, she held you. What's her name?
3.
Okay, you're being silly. But that's good. So I wanted to just come on and do a little video. He's probably not going to sit here with me. But I just wanted to keep, for my records as much as anything else, kind of what our journey looks like at this point. And, Hudson is 2.5 now, just over 2.5, and we've had an open adoption since before he was born. And I'm not going to give details as far as his story and his birth mom, you know, about the adoption, but this is just kind of where our open adoption is and what it looks like as help, because I know before we adopted I was really hesitant to have an open adoption. I didn't know exactly what it was. I was just picturing a lot of communication and birth mom being around all the time, and I didn't like that. I wanted a closed adoption. And I'm so beyond blessed and thankful that we don't have closed adoptions, because it is such an amazing blessing to be able to have a relationship with your child's birth mom and for them to be able to have that relationship. So right now with Hudson, you know, clearly we tell him that he's adopted. He doesn't know what that means, but we're just trying to familiarize the words and kind of just the terminology. We talk about a birth mom, and as he said, you know, he knows that his birth mom, he was in his birth mom's tummy, and then she gave him to me and my husband, his mom and dad. That's kind of, dog's barking. That's kind of what we have tried just telling him, because at this age, I mean, he doesn't fully understand. So we just talk about it like that. We do have visits with his birth mom, anywhere from, in the past, it's been like 2 to 4 times a year. Kind of just depends on everybody's schedule and when things, you know, when we can get visits together. But so we do have that, and I do talk to her quite regularly. I would say we text at least a couple times a month, and I'll send her pictures. Sometimes I send pictures, just a couple here and there. Sometimes I just, you know, bombard her and send her a lot of pictures from the last couple weeks. We do have our visits. We do different things. We've gone to the playground. We've gone to parks. We've gone to, I'm trying to think of some of the places. We went this last time to Stowe Mountain, and we rode the train, which is one of his favorite things to do. But so we try to find different stuff to do with her so she can really interact with him. And yeah, I'm trying to think. But we have, we love our visits. They usually last about an hour. And a lot of people, you know, friends that haven't adopted, when they hear that we have visits with a birth mom, they're like, I don't know how you do that. I could never do that. And I just want to say you can. Like, it's not as scary as people make it out to be. And it's really been such a great thing, because I mean, I did not want that to start with. I didn't want an open adoption. I didn't want to have visits. I didn't want this other person coming and being in a motherly role. And that's not it at all. And I know all situations are different. And we are very lucky with our birth moms that neither of them, you know, have confusion and try to take over. They're very good in their birth mother role. I mean, whatever that is. I think every situation is different, and everybody has to decide what the boundaries are for everybody. And so we have a really good relationship with our birth mom. We do certain things that I let them do. I let them pick out their outfits for school pictures, or last year I did for Hudson's birth mom. McLean is in preschool this year, so I'll let her birth mom pick it out as well. But I just kind of narrowed it down to, I think, 2 or 3 outfits that I liked, and I you know, was like, okay, I'd love one of these, and then I let her make the final decision. And I kind of, those kind of things, I just try to get their input on, because, you know, it's such a tough thing to place your child, and you miss out on all of those things, and you don't get to have those memories, you don't get to make those choices. So if I can do something as small as letting their birth mom pick out what outfit they wear for their school pictures, you know, it's not a big thing, and I think it means a lot to them. It seemed to mean a lot last year to Hudson's birth mom, so it's definitely something I want to keep up. We've made them crafts before. Usually for Christmas we have a get together, because both babies have December birthdays, so we usually do a birthday Christmas visit, and so we'll make them a gift. I don't normally, oh thank you, you brought me a little person. We don't usually buy them gifts, but I'll usually have the kids make them something. Or this last Christmas, I think I have a video on what we did for them, but we made several little crafts, handprint, footprint, those type of things. Because, oh thank you, another person. I've got two little people. But we do that kind of stuff as a little keepsake for them. And I try not to, oh thank you, now I have the bus that they go in. I try not to do too much, and I try not to contact them without, you know, if they're not reciprocating, if they're not responding, because I know that for them it can be a hard process, and there's the grieving that comes with placing a child, because you no longer have that child. And so I try to be very respectful for that. I try not to push. I let them initiate visits. Most of the time I'd say I initiate conversation, but I don't do it so regularly, and I always, at least every 2 to 3 months, I would say, I'd tell them, please, if it ever is too much, if the pictures are too hard, because, I mean, I've seen with Hudson's birth mom, there's a progression, and, you know, she has really good months, and then there'll be something, you know, the anniversary of when she placed him with us, his birthday, those type of things, they're just harder. And I think that goes for anybody. So I try to be extra respectful during those times, and I would never want to push or make them more sad if they're emotional about something. So I usually will text before I just send pictures, kind of see how they're doing, if they're responding. I've never had them not respond to me. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but that's usually because they're working or in class. And so you know, and it's a fine line. Everybody's walking a fine line. She doesn't know how to be a birth mom. We don't know how to be adoptive parents. Everybody's learning together. And so I think just the biggest thing is we all try to be respectful of the other party. But sometimes you mess up, and, you know, we haven't had any issues like that, but it's a hard balance to find, but it's something I truly treasure, and I'm so thankful that we do have that. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of come on, and like I said, as much for memories for myself as anything else, of just kind of where our open adoption journey is at 2.5. This year so far we've had 1 visit. We'll probably have at least 1 more, maybe 2. We'll see. The year's kind of quickly running away from us. And yeah, everything is going really good. But just for anybody out there that is considering open adoption, if you are scared about, you know, the openness, it's not something to be scared of. You want to make sure that you have boundaries set up so that it doesn't get out of control. I mean, I've heard the horror stories, as I'm sure everyone has, but there are a lot of really good stories for open adoption, and just how families come together. And we have, his birth mom has sent gifts, and her family has sent gifts for him and McLean. They've done Easter basket, they've done just a Valentine's Day, I think this past year before. So just really great that we can have a relationship, and that he has this whole other family. He doesn't call them, you know, and we've had some visits with extended family. We're still trying to walk the fine line of how that is going to go, and he mostly just sees his birth mom, and he calls her birth mom, or he calls her by her name. I mean, we call her by her name, and that's what she is comfortable with. You know, we did have that conversation, and, you know, kind of what she wanted to go by, because I always try to do things the way she wants them, and be respectful of how she wants it to go. I want her to still feel like she's in control, and we always try to stay up with what we had said initially when she was pregnant. But I think that about covers everything as far as his open adoption and how things are. Like I said, I didn't want to get into any details about, you know, the personal side of his adoption. Just kind of show you how open it is and how open adoption can look in certain situations. So if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments section. And yeah, thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe so you can watch more. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Say see you next time. You say give a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Bye, you guys.